Welcome back. I'm George, and I help small businesses use AI to market smarter. In this video, I'll show you how to use AI to build a crystal clear avatar in minutes so your content, your ads, and offers hit exactly who's ready to buy. Okay, let's nail your ideal customer avatar. I'll be using Google's Gemini for this. And the first thing we need to do is to get some general idea about who our customer is. We can then use that to help build our customer profile. So I'll do just some basic research. Now for this, I'm going to be using my main gaming channel here on YouTube to get some basic stats. We'll just take one of the videos there and I'll grab stats from that one video and we'll put those into Gemini here and have it then build a basic avatar for us out of that. We'll then use that and expand upon that to build a much more concise, ideal customer avatar. And here we are inside my gaming channel, looking at one of my more successful videos right now. And we'll grab some information just from this one video, but you want to grab this kind of information and get as much information as you have. You don't have to have everything. You don't need to have a complete profile for your customer, but just put together what you do have and then let Gemini fill in the missing areas. Okay, we'll start off, we'll be taking a look at the device type right down here. I'll take these top two percentages, look at age and gender right down through here. We'll take a look at whether they're subscribed or not, main countries that they're in, and if the subtitles are not. All that information is right in here. There's a lot more that I could dig for, but this is enough to get us started. This is a very basic look at who the average person is who has watched this particular video. And we'll use that for the basis of our avatar. Now I've typed that up into a notepad document and I have that right here. So the top is the section on the device type right here. The second one is the breakdown of male or female. Next one is the age breakdown and the top two locations where they are living. Not using subtitles, not subscribers, and 97% comes from views outside of YouTube, and most of that is from Google search. Okay, we'll take this, and then I'll just have Gemini give me a starting description of the ideal customer based on this analytics from YouTube. So let's just go ahead, I'll copy this out, do a right click and copy. Let's take this over here into Gemini. And the first thing we want here is to have a format to put things into, and for that, let's ask Gemini to give us a formatted template with a placeholder image for a buyer persona, including a customer avatar. Let's go ahead and run this and see what we get. And here we go. Now this is just a basic template without any information in here, but it's a good place to start. So we have a placeholder image up here, name, job title, company, role, and we'll fill in as much of this as we can, but you don't have to fill everything in. You can build it up over time, but this is a perfect place to start. So we have our goals down here, pain points, where to seek information, and a quote, and solution. This is your company's solution. Let's now go ahead and fill this in with the information that we grabbed off of YouTube. And this right here, I'll use Control A to select all, and let's do a right click and copy. Let's paste that in down here. And I changed the first question just a little bit here, but all the information from YouTube is the same in here. So fill this template in with the following analytics from YouTube, and that should then use our template with this information. Go ahead, we'll submit this, and here we go. So we have a basic avatar already filled out for us. We're now going to use some of the information from this and take this even further. Okay, let's come down here to the Ask Gemini section. Now I'll be giving you a basic question here and you'll fill in what you need to fill in. Again, you don't need to fill everything in. You don't need to answer all the questions or use all the prompts. These are just guidelines to help you build an avatar. Okay, let me bring in this one and I'll paste this in. This is the basic prompt. First part, as a senior market researcher, right here, we're telling Gemini how to act. So this is what they should be looking at. And then we have our offer and our niche down here. I'm not selling anything, so I'm just going to change this for a fast description of what my channel is. There we go. I have a YouTube gaming channel focusing on Roblox how-tos, tips, tricks, and news. And I want to build an ideal customer avatar. This is what I'm asking Gemini to do. Ask me up to 10 quick questions to understand my business, price points, competitors, and pain desires of my best buyers. And we'll fill in as much as we have. If you don't have any answers for this, just put in NA for not applicable or not available. Okay, let's go ahead and submit this. And we now have a series of 10 questions in here that we can answer. And then this will help Gemini understand exactly what we are trying to do and what we believe that we are doing with our channel, and also information about how things are going for us. And then Gemini can use this to help refine what our ideal customer avatar is. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to do this up off screen here. I'll then show you the answers and then we'll paste that in. Okay, spend about a half hour and answer these questions in here. I just put this into a notepad document. So I have the question up here and then my answers down here, and the answer kind of restates the question sometimes, or it's made as a statement. And I'll compile those into a new document. Let me bring up a blank document for that. There we go. I'm just going to copy and paste. So Control C for copy, go over here, Control V for paste, put a line between those, and I'll go through and do that for all 10 of these answers. Let's now give these answers to Gemini. I'm just going to Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and go back over here again. And when you're typing into the box down here, make sure you don't hit the Enter key for a new line because it also just punches that button right there, the Submit button. So I'll put my answer starting right here and Control V to paste. There we go. Well, now I hit the Submit button, and Gemini will then compile this into what it already knows in this same discussion that we're building here. And here's our summary of key learnings. You scroll down and you can see here we have a clarified ideal customer avatar. So it's beginning to build in here based upon the answers that we're giving it. And the more you work with this, the better your answers are going to be. You can also use things like how you fit in this section down here to help you identify what you need to do to advance your business. Okay, let's take this to the next step. Let's go ahead and have Gemini scan the market landscape and give us a list of pains and desires, objections, and triggers for our buyers. So I'll bring that in. Using only publicly known patterns and your general knowledge, list the top 10 pains, desires, objectives, and triggers for buyers of, and you place in your category, put them in a 4-column table, then rank each item high, medium, low by intensity for a small business buyer. Right down here, I'm just going to put in Roblox gaming channel. Okay, we'll go ahead, we'll run this one. And here we go, here's our list. Again, we had 4 sections and 10 results for each section. Top one's pains, desires, objections, and triggers. And these are all based upon our looking for a buyer who's interested in a sponsorship on the Roblox gaming channel. So of course, your answers will be different than what I got. It depends upon your specific niche and needs. But this is a great roadmap then to begin to develop a marketing plan to go after your ideal customer. Notice how we're building up a big long list in here of all kinds of very, very useful information. And this can be used in loads of places, including in your business plan, which I discussed in my previous video. I'll put a link for that in the description. Okay, let's come down, let's do our next section. And we'll be asking Gemini to give us a VOC or voice of customer language replies. Let's go ahead, we'll do that one. I'll just paste this in here. There we go. So rewrite the top 5 pains and top 5 desires. And that's right up here. Here's our top 5 pains and our top 5 desires in the exact language a buyer would use in a product review or Reddit comment. Keep each to 1 sentence and then label each with a quick emoji that matches the emotion. And let's hit the Submit button. And here we go. These are now reworded for a normal viewer of YouTube, as opposed to the more marketing style phrases we have up here. And again, these are now the pains and desires that you want to address when you're setting up your marketing campaign for your ideal customer. Okay, now that we have all this research done, we can go ahead and create our ideal customer avatar. And let's type in our next prompt for this. This one's a longer one. There's more stuff in here. Create a 1-page ideal customer avatar, that's what we're looking for, from the research above, and use the following sections and keep it concise and bullet-based. Let me just get some of the spaces out of here, make it a bit easier to see. Name and snapshot, goals and desired outcomes, pains and frustrations, buying triggers, objections and rebuttals, decision criteria, where they hang out, keywords and hashtags, tone and messaging style, what voice resonates, and then format with clear headings and short bullets. Let's go ahead and create our 1-page ideal customer avatar. You can see how much work the AI is saving us here. We could spend a lot of time doing all this research and then compiling everything together and building this for us, but we don't have to do that. A lot of this basic work is going to be done here for us in Gemini. All we're having to do is to put in research that we've done, analytics and so forth, and then respond to prompts that Gemini is giving us. And here we go. Notice that this has been brought over into the Canvas part of Gemini, which is their own little mini word processor. And you can come over here and make a web page from this, an infographic or a quiz or an audio overview, or you can just copy this out and paste it into your own word processor. That's also fine. If you don't want to do this in the Canvas format, you can go over here and try it again without Canvas. Let's do it this way. Notice down here, we can always go ahead and do it in Canvas. That's one of our options in the input dialog box. Personally, I prefer to do it this way and then just paste it into my own word processor. There you go. Same information, just formatted here. And then all you need to do is come down here, copy the response, and paste it into your word processor. You have it available. And I'll do that right here. This is the Open Office Writer. I'll just paste that in. It'll need some reformatting to make it look nice and clean, but all the information is now here. We have all of this information, so we can go even deeper on this. And let's create micro segments out of this major segment. Here we go. Based on this avatar, propose 3 micro segments within this market, such as beginners, time-pressed pros, budget-conscious do-it-yourselfers, and for each list, primary outcome, unique objection, most effective channel, and 1 message hook. Let's go ahead and run this. And here we go. We have 3, the time-pressed founder, the data-driven marketing analyst. Again, keep in mind that we are targeting people who want to sponsor videos on YouTube, and the brand-conscious creative. Now, as we go through all of these prompts in here, at the very bottom, you can say it's a good response or bad response if you want to. You can try to redo it right here. You can share and export. You can copy the response, which is what I like to do. And you also can double check the response, listen to it, or report any legal issues you may have seen in here. Let's just copy this one. So right here, I'll just scroll down to the bottom of this and I'll stick it down here and paste that in. So that information is now here as well. So now I have the ideal customer avatar. And notice that this is different than the ideal viewer for my YouTube channel. That's not what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is find the ideal customer for my channel, and that would be advertisers advertising on my channel. And now that we have our avatar, we can take this and convert this into actionable steps. And we'll do 3 of these. First one down here, I'll just get rid of these spaces again. We don't need the spaces in here. Give me 7 message angles tailored to this avatar. And for each one, include a 10-word headline, a 1-sentence value proposition, a proof idea, and a CTA, and return this as a table. Okay, we'll run this, and here we go. Basically, this gives us 7 potential marketing tools, which includes the headline, a value proposition, a proof idea, and a call to action. So that's our first bit of marketing work. Let's now do our next one. We'll do a content plan from the avatar. This asks Gemini to create a 30-day content plan for YouTube Shorts and email based on the avatar, include topic, format, hook line, and CTA, and balance the buy now with our comparison, education, and awareness, and submit this. We're just going to toss this over here into the canvas. And as you can see here, lots of information building on week 1, 7 days. Here's week 2, 7 days. Notice that the 7th day isn't actually having anything done here. And each week is focusing on a different segment. Or again, we can bypass the canvas and go back over here and try again without canvas, which is my usual preferred method. And here we go, same thing formatted, but without having it inside of canvas. And once again, come down here to the bottom of this. We can then save this out right here, copy response. Also on these tables, you can export these to Google Sheets as well. Sets it up as a spreadsheet. Take a look at that. There we go. And once you have it in Google Docs as a spreadsheet, you can then go up here to File and save it out as a Microsoft Excel, Open Document, PDF, web page, CSV file, or a tab-separated TSV file. I normally save mine out as Microsoft Excel files, which can then be opened up in a lot of different programs. And one more thing here for our marketing. Let's ask Gemini to write 3 Facebook ad variants and 3 Google RSA headline sets aligned to the avatar's top pane. Include 1 creative brief per ad with visual concept, first 3 seconds of motion, and the scroll stop line. Okay, go ahead, we'll run this. We'll now have 3 valuable pieces of marketing assets to begin developing our marketing plan to target our ideal customer. Here's our first one. Ad variant 1, the data-driven angle. Ad variant 2, budget-conscious angle. Ad variant 3, peace of mind angle. And here's our Google RSA headline sets. And if you found this valuable, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. Give me a like for my channel. Also, so you don't miss any of these kinds of videos in the future, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time.